What's up guys, Hanish here with a quick Destiny 2 update. We're going to talk about some changes to the Postmaster coming in Destiny 2, as well as this, a little trick for the Sentinel Titan where you can throw 2 shields. We've got a full armory of every piece of gear that you can pick up in the Destiny 2 beta, which I'll show you in a moment. And on top of this, a couple of pretty bizarre glitches that you may see inside of the beta. So firstly, I wanted to talk about the Postmaster in Destiny 2 and a couple of changes that we'll see in the new game. So firstly, the new Postmaster in the farm social space will be called Derby 5530, and this was revealed in the IGN farm tour that we saw. We will get a chance to look at the farm in depth this Sunday when it opens up at 10 AM PST, I believe it is. We can go and explore and see what's going on inside of the new social space. There is one change that we already know about though, and this is actually going to be pretty useful. So in Destiny 2, if you have an item dropped, but that particular inventory slot is full, it will be sent to the Postmaster in the same way that it would in Destiny 1. Apart from now, you actually get a notification to tell you. So as you can see, I get this hand cannon dropped at the end of Crucible game, and it pops up shortly after and says sent to Postmaster. And it also has the name of the weapon right there, as well as what type of weapon it is, so you can see that it's a solar energy hand cannon. So this is a cool little update to the director when you actually get items dropped and if it goes to the Postmaster. I've actually intentionally tried to fill some inventory slots so that hopefully when we go to the farm on the weekend, I'll be able to see if those things are in the Postmaster and if any other changes are happening. Hopefully the Postmaster will be a little bit bigger than it was in Destiny 1. I think another big community thing that a lot of people want to see is the ability to actually delete things from inside of the Postmaster without having to make space for them and take them out and everything like that. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Moving on, I wanted to talk about the Sentinel Titan and a little trick that allows you to throw 2 shields. It's not actually even a trick, it's just something that you should be aware of. So there is actually an ability inside of the subclass tree which is currently unavailable, which allows you to have 2 charges essentially for your shield, but the shield throw itself actually has a cooldown. So inside of the beta right now, if you pop your super and then immediately throw the shield, typically by the end of the super, the shield will have actually recharged and you can throw 1 more. The thing about this though is that you really have to think of it as a little kind of lifeline for the end of your super. So, you know, if you pop it, throw the shield, get a couple of kills, and then you're kind of left waiting for some enemies. Right at the end of your super, if you see some enemies in the distance, you can actually throw that shield again as opposed to just kind of running out of your super. Of course, this is just in the beta build of the game where a lot of the cooldowns are really slow. If we do see mods inside of armor pieces or anything to do with ability cooldown increases, then it's possible that you'll be able to actually throw this shield quite a bit more. And that includes with the subclass as well. If you did pick the node that gives you 2 charges for the shield, it looks like it may actually be possible to throw at least 3 shields during that one super. So for any of these Sentinel Titans out there that I've been hearing say it kind of sucks you only have 1 shield throw, you can actually throw 2, you just have to use the super with that in mind, you know, kind of pop it in a position where you can immediately throw the shield and then hopefully you'll be able to throw the shield once again. Moving on, if any of you guys are trying to collect all of the weapons and the armor pieces inside of the Destiny 2 beta, then there's actually a pretty awesome tool which has been made by Lowly Dev, and this is essentially an armory for the beta version of the game. So everything inside of the beta you can actually see on screen right here. So whether you're trying to collect all of the armor pieces for the Strike, the Crucible, or whether you're trying to collect all of the weapons, even if you just want to take a look at all of the different ships, then you can do it inside of this armory, which is pretty neat. On top of this, you can actually inspect this gear in depth if you open it up, which is really awesome. So if you guys are trying to chase down all of the weapons and everything like that, then check out this Beta Armory. If you're wondering where gear actually comes from, basically for every class there is a set of armor that you spawn in with, then there's a set of armor for the Crucible and a set for the Strike. The exotic weapons, of course, drop per class in the beta, so Sweet Business is for the Titan, Risk Runner for the Warlock, and then you have the Sunshot Hand Cannon for the Hunter, and these will drop during the first mission. There'll also be a bunch of legendary weapons assigned to each class, but you can get any of the legendary weapons dropped in the Strike or the Crucible as far as I'm aware. Now I wanted to talk about a couple of bizarre glitches that you can find in Destiny's beta. So the first one right here is actually one I've seen a good few times, where you load into a Crucible match and then at the very beginning there is nobody actually in the match, which is pretty amusing. There's kind of no Guardians running around or anything like that. As you can see right here, I jump up onto Zone B and I'm kind of hanging around, and then suddenly everyone just spawns in. Hopefully this kind of stuff will be fixed in the full version of the game, although this itself isn't necessarily the most annoying thing in a casual PvP match at least. On top of this, Dark Assassin posted to Reddit a clip of him loading into a strike with 8 people. So we did actually post the video to YouTube, which I'll link in the description below. And as you can see, there are 8 people loaded into the strike. Funnily enough though, they were actually queuing for a control game and somehow ended up in a strike with the full 8 players that you would see in a PvP match randomly in this strike activity, so that's pretty bizarre. So anyway, that's just a quick update for you guys. Let me know any of your thoughts about this stuff in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed the video though, a like is very much appreciated. If you want to save 10% on Control Freak products, including the new Destiny 2 edition thumbsticks, then follow the link in the description and use code HOUNDISH at checkout and you'll save yourself a few bucks. For now though, I appreciate you guys watching. Whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.